Good morning, YouTube. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I'm going to try to make this video as short as I can. However, I want to film a get ready with me for you all using the new Covergirl Trublend Matte Made Foundation. I told you all in my previous ColourPop video that I have tried this one. I actually really do like it. And so we're going to talk about it today. I am using the color T80. So I believe they came out with 42 foundation shades in the Covergirl Trublend Matte Made, and very impressive. However, for those of y'all that have seen the collection, you know once it gets towards the deeper ranges, it starts to trail off. So prayerfully, Covergirl will come out with another maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 shades in the deep dark range that will compensate for the multitude of many colors that come with these chocolate skin tones. Anyway, so this one is T80, also known as toasted caramel or caramel, however you pronounce it, potato, potato, tomato, tomato. And I will say that using their foundation finder online, and then actually once I got in the store, I was dead on with this foundation color. So this is what it looks like in the bottle. I know it looks really kind of yellow olivey. I don't know if olivey is a word, but yellowish and olive undertones, which I think that's what I have. I know that I definitely have golden yellow undertones. And so this happened to be a really good foundation match. Let's get into it. I'm already 2 minutes into the video. So first I'm going to prime. I like to use this Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This is a little sample, but I actually have been loving it. And sometimes I actually pair it with the Ulta primer, mattifying primer. And then also today I'm going to use this along with the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. Why do these products have such long names? So you all may wonder why I use two primers. I don't always use two primers. I use the Smashbox one because it feels really good. It's a nice hydrating, moisturizing primer, and I have noticed that my foundation just looks really good when I put it on. I also use the Clean Slate primer from Tarte because one, it smells really good. I like the thickness of it and it's very mattifying. I don't apply that all over my face. I really just focus it on my T-zone where I get the most oily, and I like it. So now that I am all primed up, I am going to go in with my Covergirl foundation, and I just put it on the back of my hand. Oop, I forgot to tell you all, not only does it have a cap, the little top here twists and locks. So I forgot to unlock it. And I'm going to use 3 pumps. That was like, there was a little squirt that came out, so if it looked like 4 pumps, it was probably like 3.5, because that was a weird little pump. That looks like a lot of foundation, but for me, this foundation is not a full coverage foundation, and so I wanted to make sure that I get the coverage that I really want. Give me just a minute. I forgot to wipe my beauty sponge. So just to show you all how this applies, I'm actually going to use a sponge and a brush. I like using these domed, dense foundation brushes because it just seems to give a more flawless coverage than the flat foundation brush like I use in my ColourPop. But, you know, whatever floats your boat. So I put the product on the back of my hand, and then I like to whirl it around to warm it up a little bit, just to help it spread or apply easier. And then I dot it on my face. So this side I'm going to use the beauty sponge, and on the other side I will use the brush. All right, let's see here. Now, it does not look great now. It looks kind of like mustard or baby poo on my face. But once it gets all blended in and the color settles on my face, it actually looks very nice and seamless and flawless. I really like this foundation. Okay, so it's all blended in on this side with the sponge. I'll come a little closer and you can see that the color is not that far off. I think it's actually a really good color for my face and then also to my body. Actually, I probably need to blend this down my neck a little bit more. But yeah, I think it's a really good color. And then I'm going to apply the foundation to the other side using the brush. Now, I told you all I used roughly 3.5 pumps to begin with, and this is the leftover, and as you can see I just cleared my hand off, and this is not enough foundation for this side, so I'm going to go in with one more pump. And then maybe once I finish blending this in, I'll go in with another layer to see how buildable it is. Now, I purchased this foundation at Walmart and it was $8 and change. I don't remember the exact amount, but yeah, it was $8 and change. So when I use my brush, I like to kind of pat it into my face, you know, like that. Very gently though. And I feel like that gives a fuller coverage with your foundation than maybe the sponge would. But I still think that with this particular one, you can or should try to build it up if you're looking for more coverage. And that blended in a lot faster than using the sponge. And so I just really love how it looks like my skin. Like, it just melts into the skin. It gives us this nice, soft, radiant glow. What do you all think? Let me take it down my neck a little bit. I really like it. So when I wore it for the first time, I wore it for maybe about 18 hours, and for 18-hour foundation, well, this is, I think it's supposed to last for 12 hours. Of course, I pushed it, but part of the reason was I did my makeup before work that morning, and then I ended up having to drive to Georgia, which is a 6-hour drive, and of course, I didn't take my makeup off until I got into Georgia, and by that time, it might have even been longer than 18 hours. I have to do the math for you guys later on. But it did start to break apart and look cracky and scaly like a dry desert floor or something. But I was really impressed that it still lasted so long. And so at the end of this video, I will post pictures of what it looked like when I first did it. And then towards the end of the day, it was roughly about 3 hours before I took the makeup off. So you will see that it still looked pretty good. All right, so foundation is applied. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. I'm going to tell you all what I do, and then I'm going to do it and come back with you all. After I've applied the foundation, I go in and I set it with this Black Radiance Loose Setting Powder. So of all the setting powders that I have used in my day, at this moment, this is my favorite one. I really love how finely milled it is, so I can use very little and cover the majority of my face. And it doesn't feel cakey. It doesn't feel like there's a bunch of powder on my face. I've noticed with other setting powders that once I put it on, it makes my face feel tight, and I don't like that feeling. I want my face to still be loose and buoyant and youthful looking. So not loose like saggy or anything, just youthful. So I use this to set, and then I go in with this Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil Deep Tan Matte Bronzer to bronze my face. Sometimes, not all the time, I will contour, and I will use the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the color Truffle. So if I do contour, I do this first before I do my setting powder. Then I'll do this, then I'll do the setting powder, and then I'll go over it with the bronzer. To highlight and contour, well, I already talked about the contouring part, but to highlight, I started using these ColourPop No Filter foundations, and I actually kind of like them. The first time I used them, I was like, this is the first time I'd ever used a ColourPop product, and I heard so many good things about it, and when I used it the first time, I was like, dang it, I wasted my money, but let me give it another try. So ever since then, I used it, and I really like it, and there's some other concealers that have come out that I want to try, and so we'll see. Maybe I'll have a video on those one of these days. More specifically, the new Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I've seen really good things about them, and I'm anxious to try it. But anyway, so I use my ColourPop foundation. I'm not foundations, but the No Filter concealer sticks. I have medium dark 36 and dark 40. I use dark 40 just to kind of color correct, even though I don't really have much discoloration under there, but I do have some bags, which this Covergirl foundation actually did a really good job of hiding those. They're usually a little more pronounced. And then I go over with the medium dark 36 as a little bit of a highlight. You can see the colors are not that far off, but there is a little bit of a distinct difference, especially once you see them on my skin. Then today I am going to use the NYX Eyebrow Pencil. I don't have it out right now, but I'll show you guys later on if I remember. And then I'm also going to use these three Makeup Geek shadows, Cocoa Bear, Roulette, and Bitten. I'm going to try to do something that I have not necessarily been comfortable with before. I love smoky eye. I love doing eye looks. I do like using colors, however, they tend to come out on the simple, kind of natural, not too overdone look. So I'm going to try to go a little dramatic today and really have these colors pop. And in order to do that, I'm going to be using the NYX eyeshadow base in the color, I don't even know what color it is, but it's the light one. I think they have this one, a black one, and a white one. This is kind of a tannish color. And I'm going to use this Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the color Pearlescent Pink. And for highlighter, I'm going to be using Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the color Precious Petals. And I think that is going to be it for today, so I'll be back with you in a few minutes after I've done my makeup.
It is. The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window, or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room, you can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave.
I'm out walking. Yes, I'm looking a crazy hot mess. I'm actually probably gonna wash my hair tonight or tomorrow. So I'm not really concerned about how it looks. I'm out walking, so I'm probably going to sweat out the straightness.
Resuming workout.
Sorry if you guys can hear Martha. It's my GPS tracking how far I walk. But I just wanted to put this foundation to true test. Now, for those of you that don't know, I do live in Mississippi. It is quite hot and humid here. As you can see, the sky behind me looks pretty decent right now, but we have had scattered thunderstorms all morning. I think they've pretty much passed over. I haven't heard any in a while, but it did rain earlier, so the moisture is in the air. Pretty sure I will have some sweat by the end of this walk, so I will come back after I finish to show you what it's looking like, and then I'm going to leave the makeup on and I'm going to shower, and in a few hours I will wash it off. I know that sounds gross, but don't worry, I wash my face every night. I am going to take all of this off. I'm just putting this makeup to the test for you all. So I'll see you when I finish this walk. Let you see how I'm looking. Okay, so I just finished my walk and I am drenched in sweat. This is what I'm looking like. I am going to go pat my face dry and I'll come back to show you what the makeup is looking like. I meant to point out earlier, I know you guys will see the pictures at the end of this video, but I'm still an amateur at putting on eyelashes, and this one here, it is secure, but it is not where it's supposed to be, so it looks a little funny. This one came out pretty good, I say, but so if you guys see that in the pictures, yes, I'm aware I'm not a pro at this. Alright, I'll show you guys what I'm looking like after I pat dry. Alright, so I'm patting dry. So far I've just done my forehead, and this is all that came off. Covergirl claims to be transfer proof, and I won't say that it's transfer proof, but it has very little transfer, which is a good thing. This could just be my concealer or my bronzer coming off and not the actual foundation. I don't know. And then of course I'm not rubbing it off, I'm just patting it. So I am getting some off. So hot. Alright. So I dried up the surface moisture. More is going to come through until my body temperature comes down. But this is all that came off.
The Matrix is everything.
But the makeup itself is not looking too bad. I don't have any creasing in my smile lines, which is amazing. Let me go over to the light. Maybe it'll look a little better. You can see my pores a little bit. Oh, I'm trying to find the right lighting. But anyways, yeah, for the most part, it's not done too bad. I also took a nap earlier today and trying not to mess up the makeup. I was laying on my hands and everything, and I didn't see any transfer, and it didn't really disturb the makeup too much. So this is this. Like I said, I am going to get in the shower, and then later on, after I've worn it a few more hours, I'll come back and give you my final thoughts. Hey there, YouTube. So I just wanted to finish up this video. It is now, I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? It is now 7 o'clock. So I've had this foundation on for about, I want to say about 8 hours. I think when I filmed the video earlier today, it was about 11:16 when I finished. So I've had it on for quite a few hours. I have gone outside and I've run in the hot and humid outside, sun shining, and I have taken a shower, and of course it's humid in the shower, water splashes up from the body, and it has lasted. Now once again, I am using my phone camera, and I have a Samsung Galaxy S7. Therefore, it's not the best quality camera, and so I'm going to try to get close so you all can see what is happening here. I don't even know if you can. My friend is really pronounced now. Up in here, I don't think you can really see it on camera, but I can see it in the mirror. It is starting to crackle a little bit and separate. It's not as smooth and flawless as it was earlier. You can see my laugh lines now, but there's not really any foundation settling in the lines. My eyes are a different story. They are severely creasing. I have really hooded eyes, as you can see. This fatty skin here, so it covers up my actual lid space, and it causes creasing. So kind of no matter what I do with my eyes, it's always gonna create creasing. But overall, let me just tell you, like I said before, I did take a nap today, walked outside, took a shower, and this foundation has really held up. I also showed you all in the previous clip that it's supposed to be transfer proof, but it does transfer a little bit, and my face was wet when I blotted it from the sweat. But it may not have been the foundation. It could have very well been my concealer or my bronzer that was coming off in the paper towel. There's no way to be for sure, but either way, it was not bad as far as transfer. I wouldn't complain about it. I'm still not going to rub my face on somebody's white shirt, but I think it's safe to say that it's not going to get all over your hands, and then you touch your papers and then you have brown fingerprints all over the place. So I really do love this foundation. It is one of my favorites. This is the 3rd or 4th time that I've worn it, and so I'm in love with it. They could come out with some darker shades or deeper shades for our more melanin enriched sisters, but overall it's a great foundation. I love it. Drugstore, $8 and change. Might be able to find it less expensive somewhere else, but overall I love it. One more thing I want to talk about before I close out this video. I'm ready to take all of this off. I didn't go anywhere today. I just stayed in the house, lounged around, and worked out. But it is what it is. I want to take these eyelashes off. But one more thing, like I said, I want to talk about this lip cream. It's a cream lip stain. It's called Velvet Matte, and it's from Victoria's Secret. So my lovely friend gave me a gift card to Victoria's Secret for Mother's Day, and although I'm not a mother, I do play that capacity in some ways, and so it was very generous of her to give me such a lovely gift. But anyways, I went to redeem my gift card and I stumbled upon these lip creams. And now Victoria's Secret has it where you can try them on. And I was like, let me check these out. This by far is the best lip cream I have ever used. If you guys have never tried this, if you've never heard from it, run over to Victoria's Secret now and try this out. It's very hydrating. It's matte, but it's not drying on your lips. It stays creamy all day. Mine has worn off because I have eaten quite a few times, and once again I walked, showered, and so I won't say that it's like super long lasting, and it doesn't claim to be, at least for what it says here on the bottle. But really good lip cream. For those of you that are wondering, I bought 3 of them. They had a deal going on, buy 2 get 1 free, so I bought 3. And this color is called Perfection, and I'll just put it on again just in case you guys don't remember what it looked like. You can see the application. Look at that. It's so creamy, buttery, whatever the word is you want to use to describe it. It feels so nice. It's not sticky. It's very creamy. I don't know how many times I can say that word, but I love it. I love this color. I like how it's a nude natural color on me. Right now it looks a little poppin', but earlier I did use a brown liner before I put it on just to tone it down a little bit, give it that little bit of ombre effect. But try it out. I'm not sponsored by Victoria's Secret. I just really like this, so go try it out. Anyways, that's all I have for you all today. I'm gonna get this off and relax and enjoy the rest of my time off, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. So here are my before pictures right when I finished my makeup.
That you are a slave.
And here are the after pictures after about 8 hours of wear time, sweating, and showering.